There's a stone staircase in Japan that historians still talk about. Burned into it is a human shadow. No body, no bones, just an outline, frozen in the exact position someone was sitting. Scientists call it a nuclear shadow. What actually happened to that person? Stay with me. The answer is stranger than you think, and it's not what happens first. August 6th, 1945. Hiroshima wakes up like any other day. Streetcars running, kids walking to school. Sirens went off once already this morning. A single scout plane, nothing more. All clear sounded. Nobody's worried. That plane wasn't nothing. It just radioed back 2 words. Clear skies. 8:15 a.m. AB-29 called the Enola Gay opens its bay doors, 6 miles up. Inside is Little Boy, a bomb never even tested before this exact moment. It falls for 43 seconds. At 8:15 and 17 seconds, it detonates nearly 2,000 feet above the city. Not on the ground, in the air, engineered to spread the destruction as wide as possible. A flash erupts, brighter than anything the human eye evolved to handle. Ground temperatures near the hypocenter spike past 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit within a second, hot enough to melt roof tiles 600 meters away. The blast wave hits next, faster than sound. Buildings don't collapse, they disappear. Within moments, tens of thousands are dead. Estimates vary. Some put same-day deaths near 70,000, others higher. But the honest answer is, nobody could ever count precisely enough, because entire city blocks simply stopped existing. Survivors describe something nobody expects: silence. The blast was so massive their brains never registered it as sound at all. Here's what almost nobody asks. If tens of thousands died in an instant, why do so few photos show bodies at the very center? That's coming. First, the parts most people never hear about. The mushroom cloud climbs to 40,000 feet in minutes, higher than a jet cruises today. Beneath it, a firestorm ignites. Wind rushes inward to feed the flames, strong enough to drag fleeing survivors backward into the fire. By minute 5, the sky turns black. Not smoke, but pulverized debris. 20 minutes later, it falls as rain. Black, oily, radioactive. People catch it in their mouths, desperate for water. It will kill some of them slower than the blast did. The Oda River fills with bodies within the hour. Burn victims throwing themselves in for relief the water can't give. Of Hiroshima's 150 doctors, more than 60 are dead or injured by day's end. Of 1,780 nurses, over 1,600 can no longer work. The people meant to treat the wounded have become the wounded. Nobody yet understands radiation sickness. Survivors who looked fine start losing hair in clumps days later. Gums bleed without cause. By the end of 1945, the death toll climbs toward 140,000, close to 40% of the entire city, gone within 5 months of one flash. Now, back to that staircase. At the hypocenter, heat didn't just burn. It hit so hard and so fast that anyone sitting there was gone before their nervous system could even register pain. Their bodies didn't leave remains behind. The surrounding stones scorched white in every direction except the one small patch each person's body blocked from the heat. What's left isn't a body, it's an absence, a silhouette of a life, burned into permanence by everything that happened around it. That's the answer. Not an explosion so much as an instant erasure. And here's the detail that never makes the textbooks. The crew who dropped that bomb never saw a single face. From 31,000 feet, Hiroshima was a shape on a map. Some later admitted they didn't process what they'd done until they saw photographs months afterward. Distance doesn't just protect the person pulling the trigger, it erases the humanity of everyone on the other end. Today, the only structure left standing near the hypocenter still stands on purpose: the skeletal dome at the center of Hiroshima's Peace Memorial Park. Every August 6th, survivors in their 80s and 90s still return to tell their story, to crowds that shrink every year. So think about that shadow again. A whole person, erased in less time than it took you to read this sentence, because of a decision made hundreds of miles away by people who never saw a single face. What does that say about the decisions still being made above our heads today? Subscribe if you want to understand history before it repeats.